Sometimes when we don't get into the game quite perfectly, then we have to do some restream over Douyin. The quality here isn't the most amazing, sadly. But yeah, next maps should be our accustomed wonderful quality. Here we have FoCuS versus Life. Best of 3. Fighting for up to 5 points. Other players here, you guys probably know how the point system works by now. For a 3-0 you get 5 points. For a 3-2 you get 4.5 points. And for a 3-1, 4.5 points. For 3-2, 4 points. And also for every map you win, even when losing, you get some points. Our first map here, we have Tidehunters. And Life, I would say, is going into this as the favorite. Also, yesterday he looked really good against Mr. Fortitude. The first loss for Fortitude was managed by Life in a very strong series. Yesterday there was a 3-1. FoCuS we had playing a show match 2 days ago. He was playing against Moon in the Gladiator Cup show match series. There it was very late in Korea. I was casting that game. It was kind of late for European standards. I think we were playing it at like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. or something. So it was the middle of the night in Korea. And their Moon seemed to have a bit of trouble maybe with the late time. For FoCuS, it seemed to be no issue. Oh, that's a big catch right here. Kodo Beast right away entangled and FoCuS down, trying to heal it, but it's only level 1 heal wave. Does that do much? I'm not so sure. Level 1 mana burn at the same time doesn't burn that much either. As the Raiders trying to take down the Dryads. I'd say Life, though, looking pretty good so far at the start into the fight, but now running out of mana on the Demon. No immolation for the time being, and no mana burn either. Items-wise, we see a strong Blade Master over here. Double Claw, Circlet, a little ring. That's very good. Double Ring of Protection also on the Demon Hunter is very nice indeed. Supply-wise, right now we are dead even as the Orc expansion is coming up, and Life seems to be forcing back FoCuS here. If he can manage to cancel on the Expo, I think that would be indeed tremendous for him. Heavy focus now on the Demon Hunter, but he's damn tanky. And he does have a TP that might soon be needed as the backstab is coming in. In the end, though, FoCuS is able to stick around at his shop, heal up right away, but the supply lead is on Life. Dryads, of course, cheap in gold, easy to get quickly up in supply. And here with some good upgrades, they are also doing quite well in these fights, it would seem. 1-1 early, now Life on the way to tier 3. Keeper on level 3, Demon is healing up. Of course, before you have the Bears, before you have the Rejuve, the healing is a bit of an issue for Night Elf. If FoCuS can hold one more time, this game might be going in his favor, but the Expo is cancelled, and that's good news for Life. That is very, very good news. Because he's got Bears on the way. And normally, Orc against Bears doesn't need the expansion. But Life here managing the early game, the mid game very well. I would say that right now, Life clearly in the lead here on this first map. But of course, we got a best of 5. So still a lot of Warcraft to be played. Cancel again is looking very tough here for FoCuS to set up the expansion. He's already playing the pivot into the Bear counter, so I guess that's good news for him with Bears now on the way. He's got the Walkers, he's got a Kodo. Especially the Walkers, however, not at all good against Dryads. Chad is saying that Life is gonna 3-0 this dude after the series yesterday against 40. Yeah, I could see it, dude. We also saw the Life versus 1-0 show match. Was it 2 days ago or 3 days ago? It was 2 or 3 days ago. Like I mentioned earlier in the Gladiator Cup show match series, where we've been seeing so many games lately. And yeah, their Life played against 1-0, was supposed to play against Happy, didn't play that out. It seems like Happy right now seems to have a lot of network issues. Hopefully it's not going to continue for too long. And there, I gotta say, he was looking a bit disappointing. That was pretty sloppy play. I called that day 2 days ago the tipsy gaming day because we saw lots of mistakes from many players. Creepjack here by Life. Could he steal the item? Maybe. Trying to get it with the Invo Potion. Didn't find it. It's on the blade. Big healing. Fantastic. Bit of a waste of the big Invo, maybe. But life is still looking strong here. 46 supply against 50. But how are the Kodos gonna fare? If they get us some big Devours here against the Bears, that could quickly turn the fight. Perhaps. Ooh, there's the big healing. Did you see the impact? Okay, you could hardly see the impact because the Demon is immediately forcing the blade to low HP again. Man, he lost HP there very, very quick. Focus Fire plus Orb of Venom doing a tremendous job. There's one more Entangle. The Blade Master, low HP. One more Heal Wave. Good disenchant. But still dead. Ends now on the Demon Hunter. Couldn't stop that hero kill. We got level 4 on the Shadow Hunter here. But he doesn't have Serpent Wards. But he does have more supply. Sort of. But life is the one with the Demon Hunter. And the Demon Hunter is still brawling and balling. And getting more kills. We have the Expo though coming up from behind. No TP any longer, by the way. What about the Shadow Hunter? No Shadow Hunter any longer anymore either. That's a double hero kill. Normally that signals a clear end to the game. Expensive Tavern Res. The blade is back, but the Dryad Poison finding more and more kills. Alright, we have the 1-0 lead for Life, who does seem to be the favorite here indeed. This matchup has become very one-dimensional. It's always the same thing and the same timings. Yeah, I guess we see a little bit of deviation as far as Orc Expo timings go and Night Elf Tier 3 Bear timings, but it is very samey. Oh damn, I missed the item for the Blade Master. Of course he went for the Rock Golem Creep here early. Sold it though. In recent days, I saw Blade Master getting Quel'Thala's Boots here twice, which is such a sick upgrade. Such a sick empowerment. But both times the Orc lost, which was kind of crazy. Looked like an ironic curse from the gods. Yeah, speaking of diversity in this matchup though, as you guys probably heard, on the new patch, Talons are getting somewhat indirectly buffed by quite a bit. So, on the new patch, we might be seeing more Talons. I don't understand why Night Elf doesn't come back to Mass Tier 1 with the Huntress's heavy armor on Tier 2. Yeah, Hunt's heavy armor, one of the surprisingly least impressive thing, right, in recent patches. It seemed like a big deal, giving them heavy armor along with the damage upgrade, of course. Many people were concerned that it was going to be way too overpowered. Grubby, for example, being one of them. But it turned out that, honestly, it is a buff, but it's not a big buff. To everyone's surprise. I think the big reason, I've said this many times, is that the Hunts really need a keeper. Well, I guess they don't need a keeper necessarily, but they play well with keeper. And I think keeper is just way too weak as a first hero right now. When we see, especially in the matchup against human, when we see some games of keeper first versus demon hunter first, and then when you compare, relatively speaking, their strength in what we see there, especially in the early game, it's just night and day. Keeper is just looking so weak right now, compared to a demon. Blade Master's keeping the TP here, by the way. Which is very unusual. And we see here the reason why. As Orc, with heal salves and speed scrolls and everything, you very quickly run out of inventory space. And you also do a bit of creeping. Chad is asking, is it a weak hero though, or is it a weak players? Nah, it's a weak hero. Keeper's looking terribly weak right now as a first hero. And that's always a bad sign. When the summoner hero looks bad as a first hero, there's something very wrong with balance. The summoner heroes might not be great, you know, in the late game. Might not be amazing as a second or third hero, you know, that makes sense. But they have to be good in the early game. Keeper right now is garbage against human, garbage against orc, and garbage against undead, and also garbage against night elf. Keeper is just garbage everywhere. Blizzard, though, has been ignoring that fact for a while. Maybe they're thinking, hey, Keeper's played a lot as a second hero. We see the Knight of Mirror, we see it against Orc. And yeah, that's true, but again, I come back to my previous point. A Summoner hero is supposed to be good in the early game as a first hero, which he really isn't. Just like if the Farseer was not good enough to be played as a first hero. You know? That was the case for many years, by the way. Farseer was too weak as a first hero, and we only ever saw Blade Master. Then he was buffed, then he was good, and then he was nerfed again, which was a bad idea. In my opinion, also, Farseer is a little bit too weak right now. Okay, but enough about complaining about weak heroes. We're gonna take a look at this game now, and there was an expansion attempt down here. Life trying to proactively go for an expansion. He knows the Orc is going to be going for one. Especially in a big map like this. Orc normally always going for the Expo. Very hard for Night Elf to prevent. Tons of experience on this Demon Hunter, by the way. Very early on, making it to level 4. And now FoCuS looking for the Creepjack. Oh, that's a great end snare. Trying to kill the Berserker here. Entangled. Stop the Blade Master's damage. That was nice. Escaping with the TP, saving the Berserker. And now Life, instead of Expoing, is going tier 3. He's got a Wisp up here. He's looking for the Expo, but so far, FoCuS hasn't gone for it. And I find that indeed quite interesting. Blade Master holding on to the TP the whole game. On a big map like Twisted, it does make sense. With Raider, you can go for some good hit and run. The Shadowrunner is holding Claws +8, by the way. FoCuS, you do know that there's a better carrier of that item, right? That's a big deal, actually. That's a lot of damage he's missing out on right now. Especially once he gets level 2 crit. Well, Life right now fighting very early without a TP. This seems very ballsy. Life is teching tier 3 right now. He is trying to intercept the Orc here, trying to prevent him from getting a red camp creep. This might be backfiring. Some Dryads dying, some Raiders dying. Demon Hunter already out of mana. This seems like a very good fight for FoCuS. Heal scroll for him here would be sensational. Both heroes holding on to an Invo Potion here. As now, by the way, the Expo is coming. If the two armies here just stare each other down and spend the next 2 minutes over in this position, that would be great news for FoCuS with that Expo coming in the back.
A player's forces are under attack.
Life waiting desperately for Rejuve. But he doesn't have bears yet. Well, now here's the Raider. That's a free kill. That's with an Expo on the way. Oh, I think this game is looking great now for FoCuS. Keeper of the Grove, very frail. He's only level 1, doesn't have any stat items. Demon Hunter back in the mix. Now we got some serious damage again. Immolation here doing great work. Invo Potion committed. Once again we see kills on both sides. Keeper level 2. Invul lasting for a bit longer. Demon Hunter trying to run away. Oh, he might be dead here. One end snare. Could be the end. Serpent Ward's around. Ah, sick. He's fighting out though. Barely. 30 hit points.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's gonna deny himself. Oh, he is. Denied to the creeps. And to me that seemed like Life was just way over aggressive. Contesting the red camp there with the weak army with tier 3. Not finished yet. Seemed like a bit of a questionable choice. And the next hero kill. First map we saw 2 hero kills going the Night Elf's way. Now it's the other way around. It looks like we are tying up the series right here. GG. We've seen Night Elves also sometimes being able to pull off an expansion, especially Mass Dryad Tier 2 Expo. The problem always seems to be, when Night Elf has an expansion, it's really easy for the Raider army to snipe that Expo quick. Quick level 2 here for the demon. We're gathering items early on.
Player's forces are under attack.
I'm trying to pay close attention to these tomes. I feel like these tomes have bigger impact than some people might think. Oh, Tome of Knowledge. That's really good. Tome of Knowledge gives you +3 stats, whereas the others give you only +2 stats. That's a pog. And a circlet. Gauntlets, though, not so good. Slippers and mantle, really, is what you're looking for. First aggressive move by the Blade Master. Ooh, the reveal. Does see him. In fact, the Windwalk wears off first. Oh, both heroes hurt over here. Ancient of War, ready to keep fighting.
A player's forces are under attack.
Archer. Oh, so close. Man. That was a split second. Good save there by Life. Time now to heal up from the Moonwells. Almost getting back to full HP. Bo5 would love to see the experience here. Get his level 2. Oh, stolen! Oh, damn. The archer shot. Yo. Huge one.
Player's forces are under attack.
That's a big swing in experience. Trying to get the revenge. Look at the wisp block. Yo. Life looking really good over here. No insane plays yet, but very clean and every move on point. And look at the experience difference here. Full level. Even more, you could say. To be completely fair, of course, it was a bit lucky there with the damage roll to make so that the archer had the chance to land the last hit shot. But hey, he landed the shot, so he pulled it off. He executed after there was an opening. Life is looking very, very confident here. Sick Wisp Scout as well, to see if the Orc is showing up for the Creep Jack. Indeed, he is. This could be a bit scary. Big item for the demon. That's a level 3. Book of the Dead could be quite good against mass raiders. Oh, might even get a grunt here before TPing out. Well done. Bit of a close call, by the way. If he got hexed here, that would have been a slight disaster. And only now level 2 for this Blade Master. But the TP is gone, so this is something the demon's going to have to keep in mind. He's going to need an Invo Potion and a Staff very badly. Must make sure not to forget about that one. Blade Master items here are okay. If we slap a claws on top, all of a sudden it's looking really good. This so far is just decent. I guess it's better than okay. It's decent. But would love to get some claws. Oh, as the demon loves to get tank items, now he's looking very well equipped. Got the bonus armor and the bonus HP. I would say that is something that he indeed loves to find. In the Night of main base, we see a shop coming. This signals mass dryads for the mid-game. If you don't go dryads, if you rush bears, then normally you skip the shop, you save the money. Life here is quite far across the map. I'm looking for a bit of a tussle, or maybe some reinforcements. Didn't get either. He had Ultra Vision advantage there for a short time. It's going for an Ogre Mauler. Really? That's an expensive unit. That's 300 gold. That's as much gold as a Tauren. But it's just an Ogre.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay. of course, has the chance to do well against mass raiders. Big mana potion. I've seen some Night Elves lately keep this on the demon for more immolation. Oh, FoCuS trying to be cheeky, trying to get this Granite Golem. That's, of course, an invite to a Creepjack. And here we have the Book of the Dead summoned. Going for the Keeper right away. That should be an easy kill, but how much is it going to cost him? Could be a couple of raiders going down here. So far, all raiders alive. Invo potion popped. But now all the raiders very hurt. Next heal wave could be clutch. Got the Demon Hunter level 4. There's the heal wave. Everything hurt for FoCuS though. The Blade Master getting blocked as well. The Dryad in front. The Blade might be dead. And FoCuS is GGing out. Almost looking a bit frustrated there to my eye.
The town is under siege. Players' forces are under attack.
Okay, here we go. Blade Master so far, not much damage found. Demon Hunter looking a bit better. Of course, there's also a marketplace where you can go for those purchases. On basically every map so far, we saw the Demon Hunter creeping up very well, getting a very quick start to a high level, delivering then in the mid game, moving towards the late game. A little bit of poking here. Early on, it's a battle for items and a battle for experience. And of course, it's another Hunter's Hall.
A player's forces are under attack.
Thank you very much, Master Yagam, with the first time Prime sub. Welcome. Nice usage of immolation there, securing the last hit. A little bit more experience here for the Demon Hunter, who's once again one level ahead. But it's the Orc tech that's faster. So we got the Shadow on the way, Raider Walker. So not mass Raiders here this time for the mid game. That could open the door far and wide for Dryads, possibly, to do very well. To be battling on tier 2 with some upgrades. As again, the Walkers don't do anything against those Dryads, as we know. Here Hex could be very strong though. If the Shadow shows up with Hex first, there should be an easy camp claimed for the Orc. And there's a big item here up for grabs. And almost everything's great here. Just the Scroll of the Beast is kind of bad, but everything else is amazing. I guess you could even argue that, well, especially against Mass Dryads, actually, Scroll is very bad. Big Invo Potion. Nice for the Blade Master. Oh, Invis Archer! Oh, Invis Archer here trapping the Orc for a little bit longer. Hex to stop the follow-up block. Keeper is showing up. Ooh, look at those grunts. Holy hell. Is Life gonna chase? Losing 2 archers didn't get any of those grunt kills in the end. Cool idea by Life, but I'm afraid in the end it just backfired for him. The grunts can now all be healed up with the heal salves. I guess he's gonna have some DPS missing now from those dead archers.
A player's forces are under attack.
The hero card over here, I sometimes rather leave off because it's buggy, which is very annoying to me. Okay, a moment ago the Demon Hunter only had 1 ring in his inventory, now he's got 3. So I guess it bugs with the updates that it receives. Here, for example, look at the Blade Master. In reality, he's got a Ring of Superiority in his inventory, but we're not seeing it over here. Yeah, multi-billion-dollar company. Okay, now he's got it suddenly. Alright. Ancient of War getting all the way across the map. Gonna take out the shop. That's actually kind of annoying, I guess. But FoCuS is clearing the natural. Getting ready for the expo. Yep, there it is. Burrow first. Okay. Time to creep for both players. Demon gonna hit level 3 quite a bit later this time around. Ancient of War, annoying enough to merit a response. So, Blade Master items, looking pretty good. Gets the level 3 here, got some claws, got some rings, that's nice. Demon Hunter with triple ring. That's a lot of armor points. Even the Keeper has a ring. We've seen how orcs like to focus on the Keeper, who's normally the way easier target to kill. Claws plus 8. Oh, I wonder who he's gonna put these on. Maybe he's gonna sell... I don't know. Now we have the expansion coming up for FoCuS. Life has a Wisp here right around the corner. Didn't see it yet though. Keep at level 3. Now we saw it. AP coming up. That's 45 seconds out. Another ring. My lord. 5 rings on the night. I think one of them was purchased. The rest were found. No attack upgrade for these Dryads. That seems like something that should be in research here. Life actually has lots of gold. Maybe he was trying to go for a heal scroll. Well, I suppose he already has that, in fact. He could counter-expand if he wanted to. But he's going tier 3 now. Oh, that's a big catch. AP eliminated. No heal wave build here on the orc. It's gonna be Hex and Serpent Wards. But if FoCuS holds this attack, for which the chances are looking good, then this should be a winning position for him. Life trying to bait in FoCuS here, going for the creeps. Some good damage right away on the Blade Master, but he's not too hurt. Very important here for FoCuS to have heal salves. Has to have some sources of healing outside of Heal Wave. And now going in. Lots of mana on the Shadow Hunter, by the way. With a pendant and a mantle. Demon Hunter trying to burn, didn't really get it off in time. First heal scroll already used up. Demon is taking quite a bit of damage over here. Inward potion gonna be required very quickly. And that's FoCuS holding easy. Easy. How is that fight so easy? Like, he's got tons of piercing damage to deal with Dryads. He's got the Serpent Wards, the Berserker, even a Headhunter here. And I guess a Kodo. But it was also the Demon Hunter taking so much damage despite all these rings. It's so confusing sometimes these games, right? The maps where Life won, he was owning in these fights, and sometimes it wasn't even looking close. And here now in the defense, it was looking so easy for FoCuS. And now he's got the Expo running with Reinforced. That is 99% one game for FoCuS. Demon level 4. Wound braces, of course, useless. Double level 4 is pretty good, I guess. Life can try to go to 60 supply, maybe even 70 supply once. But FoCuS is getting hella rich. Oh my god, look at the Shadowhunter items. Oh my god! Dream items! Tome of Retraining now. We got the snakes and the heal. Super strong. That is insane items in the Shadow. That's crazy. Two invo pots as well. Life is gonna go for one final all-in. Look how patient FoCuS is being, by the way. He seems to have the perfect read that indeed he has time before the attack comes. I've seen some sloppy fights from FoCuS lately when he was in a good position with an Expo running, in a defensive position, ready to receive the opponent, moving out too far, not playing cautiously enough. I hope there's not going to be another one of those games. FoCuS has to win this map. He's so far ahead here. When's he going to break, by the way? Okay, now is the time. Only 2 peons on lumber. Isn't that a bit low, I wonder?
A player's forces
2 armor upgrades as well, and an attack upgrade. Blade Master with a tiny little bit more creeping. Might even make it to 4. He could go mirror image here. Doesn't really need Windwalk. That is a big orc army. It's gonna be a big Night Elf army as well soon. This is looking like an X-Lord game. Life is just chilling at home. Maybe he's waiting for a double orb. FoCuS beginning to get restless. Moving out. Sold the mantle. Getting the next burrow for 80 supply. Heal scrolls here, of course, now also holding huge value. And the Blade Master finds the last camp on the map. Alright, we're moving out. Life finally has his big army, but FoCuS is doing exactly the right thing. He's in a counter-attacking position, researching pillage, and Life now between a rock and a hard place. He has to take out the enemy expansion, but he also has to defend the main base. This is normally a checkmate position. huge orc army here. Kodo getting off the first devour. Kodo micro here is not exactly perfect, but maybe good enough. Some decent damage on the Demon Hunter, low HP already. Shadow Hunter not getting burned at all. Enjoying so much mana to use. Not even using Serpent Wards here, by the way. It's just heal wave for the time being. Magic damage from the walkers. Very good against these bears. Bears good with 1-1 upgrades, but not insane yet. When you get to 2-2 and higher, that's when the bears get really crazy. Another kill, a TP out, and the Kodo's saved. Well done. And now can heal up right away with the shop. He sold the mana pendant. Bro, don't you know the synergy between pendant and mana potion? FoCuS selling items with 800 gold in the bank. I think it's the reflex. In the early game, Pendant of Energy isn't really that good because you don't have the resources to afford mana potions, really. Unless desperately needed. But when you have lots of gold and you can easily go for mana pots, then Pendant is really good. But now we're also seeing some chunky mana burns. There's some decent chance here. We saw another one there against the Rejuve. They messed this whole time with the big Invo Potion. Hey, there's the hero kill. That means GG. And we get a full 5 mapper here for the first game of the day.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade Master cripping the shop first. I don't think I've seen that before. Looking for the consumable right away, as the Demon Hunter rather is looking for a quick level 2. And the permanent items. Finding great keeper items here, but nothing yet really for the demon. For the demon, that's right. Oh, what's the timing gonna be like? Ooh, if he gets the last hit here, that's a beautiful creep route. Wow, look at that timing, isn't that sick? Goes for this item first. He watched the replays of Life for sure to know that Life likes to go for this creep route. Green, green, middle. And then he steals the last hit here, perfectly lining up with his creep route. That's beautiful. That's beautiful preparation. Beautiful how he lines up the timings here perfectly. Man, FoCuS, a great student. A replay student. And yeah, it's just a small item, but it's a significant swing still. It's the orc getting the item and the experience, not the Night Elf. And with that, the experience gap is kept very small.
A player's forces are under attack. A player's forces are under attack.
Level 2 now. Demon Hunter looking for the opponent. Was thinking about the Merc camp maybe. And now finding him. Not that reap start here for the Demon Hunter, I'd say. Normally Demon loves to rush level 3. Be strong early on tier 2 with that good level. Now here he seems to be stuck for quite a while on 2. Oh, when FoCuS wants to go for the next Magi. Archers are here to interrupt, but the demon is taking a bit longer. What about the last hit? Can they steal it? No, they can't. Blade gets it. Big mana potion. Wait, he sold the big mana from earlier, didn't he?
A player's forces are under attack.
Maybe, I guess he needed inventory space. I hope he doesn't sell the second one, though. It could be indeed very, very good on the second hero. I feel like FoCuS is playing a great game here. The movement efficiency on the map, the presence he's showing, the way he's able to slow down the Night Elf, interrupt. Very, very nice. Shadowhunter out, showing up right away with a heal potion. That seems to signify that he wants to stay aggressive here, keep fighting.
Players' forces are under attack.
Oh, actually, maybe he wants to creep. Both players interested in the Furbolgs. Both players may have to back away, though, for the time being. With the Hex, should be able to get this creep here and across the map. So we're sharing the big consumable items, I mean the big permanent items. Belt, not that good on one side, but quite good on the other. Way better for the Demon Hunter here. He needs more of the tank items. Speaking of tank, Blade Master here looking very, very durable.
The town is under siege.
It's gonna be heavy Dryad play again on tier 2. Left gonna creep this camp away from the Orc. We got FoCuS over here, going for the Merc camp. He's not gonna go Serpent Wards here, is he? Or maybe that would make sense? Pendant of Energy. Oh shit, that's a sick combo. Big mana and Pendant. I hope he doesn't sell it. Shadowhunter, by the way, holding the skill point. He's not sure yet if he's gonna need those Serpent Wards. Got some strong items now on the Night Elf as well, I'd say. Good damage on the Keeper, some tank, some damage on the Demon. Ooh, that's a good one. Ancient Django of Endurance. Ooh, I like this. Life crept the camp here partly. He got the item, but he left some creeps behind, so the Orc Expo can't be set up here too easily.
Players' forces are under attack.
No tier 3 yet. Claws plus 8. Alright, now we're talking. Looks like both players gonna have very well-equipped heroes. FoCuS so far not concerned with the Expo, which is unusual. With the tier 3 tech starting, we do get Serpent Wards, by the way. And a big push into the main base. FoCuS going into upkeep, trying to strike before the bears are here. Should try to avoid a mana burn. Shadowhunter positioning are not the most amazing, but he's got lots of items that he could use for more mana. Again, the big mana potion with the pendant here could be sick. There's going to be a lot of Serpent Wards here, for sure. Potions also on the Blade Master, going for the Keeper, forcing that TP very quickly. But there's a little healing on the Orc side. Heal Scroll was already used. Normally behind a push like this, you'll love to try to expand, but that ain't happening. It looks like a very uncomfortable game for FoCuS right now. Everything's hurt. It's hard to heal. It feels like Life is starting to take more control of this game now. Shadowhunter's coming in with a heal scroll. That one is very, very badly needed. Invo potion popped. Heal potion on the Keeper. Might still be dead though. We get some good crits. We get a block from the Raider and the Rejuve. Oh, can he kill him still? Ensnare about to wear off. No crit here. No crit still. And the Keeper is away. Huge. Huge save on the Keeper. And now the rest of the Orc army might be dwindling. Heal potion. Whew, last second with that one. Blade still dead. Oh, I think FoCuS is a little bit triggered maybe. Game looking good here for a long time. There's no staff. The demon kind of hurt, but he had a potion as well. And that is GG. Life taking this series